I hope you're keeping well today. This is Esther at Stampin Star Creations. Today I'll be using the Stampin Up set Fireside Trimmings to create a bridge fold card, and I'm starting in with soft suede with the fireplace, and I'm stamping it onto this designer series paper with this really fun brick background from the In Good Taste designer series paper. And the good thing about this set is it comes with the dies that even cut the inside of the fireplace and the surround. So I've gone ahead and cut that out on my die cutting machine, and I'm using light crumb cake, just to highlight some areas on the fireplace to make it look even more realistic. So drawing down some L shapes and just trying to create some shadowing on some of the inside and along the underside of the plinth. Then I'm going to come in with the dark crumb cake again, just to highlight a bit more those areas to make the shadowing show up even more. So just doing that kind of L shape and just doing strips along some of the smaller areas where I think the shadows would lie. I'm going to go ahead and just cut out the bit for the inside of the fireplace, and then using these flame shapes on some saffron scraps to cut those shapes out. Again, coming back in with my blender pen, and I'm experimenting a bit with what colours to use here. So I've gone in with light pumpkin pie to do the edging. I want it to look as realistic as possible. After trying a few different colours, I settled on going in with cherry cobbler to do my red on the outside, and then just finishing that off with a bit of the daffodil delight. I go and just set out the images that I want with the stamps, and I decided the best way to do this is come in with the Stamparatus. I've separated my stamps so that I can ink up half of it in the soft suede and then the other half in garden green, and spaced out enough so then I can go ahead and cut these out afterwards. So I'm colouring these all in with blends, and I've saved you the time and trouble watching me colouring in, and I'm just speeding through this bit, and these are just all coloured in, and the matching dies come in really handy, so you don't have to fussy cut out all these little elements. They've got matching dies to go with them, which is great. I decided I want a holly swag or bow for the fireplace, and it's a really detailed die, and then introducing some plaid designer series paper, trying to get something either Christmassy or plain, and I landed on this lovely crumb cake background, which I thought went really well with my soft suede. So trimming down my cardstock at 4 1/8 by 8 inches. And then coming in on each side and just scoring that at 1 inch and then 2 inches, and doing the same for either side of the card. So then you're folding the biggest flap inside and then back on itself. So you've got this Z shape. So in on itself with the largest flap and then back on itself. So a really simple fold, and then you get this bridge fold look. So then I'm going to go ahead and just cut down my designer series paper. So you need a panel for the centre and then panels for the outside edges. The centre panel is 3 7/8 by 4 inches, and you've got to make sure that it fits the right way around. You can tell if you turn it, it'll be too much of a border. Then the strips for the sides are 7/8 of an inch by 4 inches, and you need 4 of those in total to cover each end. So just figuring out where I want to put the fireplace and add the elements and how I want things to go. I'm just putting a piece of soft suede in the background to cover the background of the fireplace, and mounting up the fireplace with some dimensionals. And adding in, I decided to just go with one flame in the end as this was plenty enough. I'm colouring around the edge of my log because I didn't want that white bit showing around the edges. So the things in the background, like the wreath, went on flat with glue, and then I wanted the things on the mantelpiece to stand out a bit, so I've popped dimensionals on each of those. So going in with my sentiment, because this is going on a clear piece of window sheet, I didn't want the sentiment to be too big or to cover up my background. So I'm just going for the from our home to yours, or our house to yours, and trimming down this sentiment on some crumb cake cardstock. So I've gone ahead and cut out a piece of window sheet. This is 1 inch by 6 inches, and this reaches from one end to the other. And then I'm using a couple of elements on each end of the window sheet, and this is going to help cover up my glue on the other side in a bit, and also to just draw in some your eye into the centre really, and have some elements on the side. So I've gone for the deer and the vase, which I'm then going to pop the twigs and the holly onto. So like I said, I'm just gluing behind those two pictures. It's a little bit slippy because it's on the window sheet. If you just hold that down for a few seconds, it will adhere into place. You can use this multi-liquid purpose glue. This Tombow is fine for sticking on our window sheet, which is like acetate, or like a strong acetate really, and it dries clear, so that's really handy. After looking at it, I just thought, oh, it's got something missing. It looks like the fireplace is floating, which I didn't like. So I've gone ahead and cut out a strip of Poppy Parade just to fit underneath the fireplace to help to ground that and to make it look as if it's more in a home. So if you just squash this down either side, it fits nicely into a normal C6 envelope here in the UK. Yes, just checking that fits in. And there's our bridge fold card. It was really fun to have all the different elements on there. Please go ahead and subscribe to my channel if you're not already. Comment below, let me know what you thought of today's card, and give me a thumbs up if you liked it. Take care. Thank you very much.